right, guys. We're write down if you guys are taking notes. If you guys would write down, hi Emily. You guys would write down three areas that we're going to focus on today in this when we cover open houses. One is going to be marketing, one is going to be prospecting, and the other one is going to be engaging for appointments, what we actually do at the open houses. So typically speaking, this is the number. I'm going to give you guys a lot of numbers. We understand that real estate business is actually numbers. If we know our numbers, we can have very predictable businesses. And the numbers is three. One out of every three open houses, if you get very good at doing open houses, one out of every three open houses will end up being a sale for you. That's pretty much the average of everyone I know that does open houses at a high level. So if you're doing three open houses a month, you'll add 12 sales to what you currently are doing. If you do six a month, you're going to add 24 sales. So it's a really good way. I always look at, Zillow, for example. We pay a lot of money for a Zillow lead if you're buying Zillow. What's the difference between a Zillow lead or a realtor.com lead or any lead for that matter in the fact that somebody that walks into an open house, right? It's somebody that's willing to talk to you. In fact, I think your conversion rate's even better at an open house. So let's start off with, and anybody just jump in if you want. Question for you guys. What is the purpose of an open house? When we're in the house, what is the purpose of an open house? Anybody? All right, so I get this answer quite a bit. I get the answer, it's to gather leads. It's to impress the seller. It's to market the house. If you guys, I would write down, if you would, it's to set appointments. Now, we know in business, whatever we do with intention happens, right? So if we have intentions of gathering leads, we're going to gather leads. And what happens after the open house, because there's no true value for the person that we're going to call and do follow up with, they don't answer the phone. So we do a lot of chasing around. But if my intentions is to set appointments, I change my scripting, I change my dialogue. So, Nazar, may I role play with you, sir? All right. So let me ask you. You just came into the open house, and I'm going to ask you the question. So Nazar, let me ask you, how long you been looking for a house?
Just a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. And how's that going for you? What's the most frustrating part about trying to find a house right now?
I'm very busy, so just setting time aside to come and see them.
Yeah, and is this an area that you like?
It's one of the areas that we like. Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting enough, when a house that comes on the market and it's a really good house, like, really great price, obviously you're not the only person looking for the house. So you look around, try to find a house, and then you have a lot of competition. Make sense?
Yeah. We've missed a couple of them where they had it said they were going to do an open house, but then they canceled it because they sold it already. So
Yeah. Would you mind if I share with you what my clients appreciate, what I do that's different from other realtors, that's helping them find houses?
sure.
Now you're smiling at that, Nazar, because you noticed the language, right? There's two embedded commands in what I just did. So I'd like you guys to write these words down. Okay. Can I share with you what my clients appreciate? That's an embedded command. I'm telling people my clients appreciate, right? Can I share with you what my clients appreciate about what I'm doing that is different? That's a second embedded command. Because don't most consumers think all realtors are the same? I'm positioning the fact that I'm a little different, right? Which I need to do to convince them to work with me. Can I share with you what my clients appreciate about what I do that is different that's helping them find a house? And they're always going to, guys, always say yes. Never had a no there. Always say yes. So I'm gonna do things a little bit different, Zara. What I do is, when somebody has an interest in a house, for example, here in Deer Creek, if you have an interest in Deer Creek, what myself and my team does is we get on the phone and we call every single owner in the neighborhood and we ask them if they have any interest in selling. We door knock, we mail, but here's the point. We try to come up with for our clients 2 to 3 houses that they get to see that nobody else gets to see. They get to see before it goes on the market, right? So you get the first stab at these houses. Let me ask you, if I was able to find you some houses that were off the market, would you have an interest in looking at them?
For sure.
Okay, guys, how can they say no to that? Even if, guys, even if the objection is I already have a realtor, they're still going to say yes to that right there, which means I've moved them off of the position that they've already have a realtor. Now I'm going to close on the appointment. Okay. So, I definitely can do this for you. Here's the thing. I'm in an open house right now, so I can't really dig down to figure out what that perfect house is. But would you mind if I give you a call tonight so we can actually discuss the perfect house for you so I can start looking. Would you be available around 4, 5, 6 o'clock? What would be good for you for a call?
Yeah, 6 o'clock would be great.
Okay. So I just set an appointment. Now, you're not going to set an appointment with everybody you walk into, but that whole scripting will settle absolutely a lot of appointments. And are you better off, guys? Are you guys better off walking out an appointment with 4 or 5 set appointments for somebody that wants to talk to you after, or a whole list of people that follow up that may not answer the phones? Understand, people will not do something unless we give them a value. If we give them a value and they think that we can help them, they'll communicate with us. So that's the positioning that I would have in the conversation in the open house is I would actually set appointments. My purpose of an open house is to set appointments, not to gather leads. Make sense? Any questions on that? Comments, questions? Okay,
What if we
let's,
talked about like
yeah.
if there's someone there that is a neighbor,
Mhm.
then how do you change that script or are you still
Yeah, I mean, if there's a neighbor and just they're not looking to buy this house, they're just a neighbor, then obviously I'm going to move my scripting more into, would you like evaluation on your house? What's your plans? How long you've been. Quite frankly, I'm going to go into the cold call script. The 6 questions in the cold call script is my default conversation I'd go into at that point. But yes, absolutely. But I'm going to find that out when I'm asking them a question is, when they get it, what's been going on with your home searching? What's most frustrating part? Well, I'm actually not looking for a house. I happen to live next door. I'll divert the conversation at that point. Sure. Yep. Not a question. Any other questions? All right. We're going to go on to prospecting. And I'm going to give you guys numbers again. I'm always giving you guys numbers. So most areas of the country will fall between 10 to 17. Michigan and Florida, where I live, we're running in both of those states about 1 out of 10 houses sell every year. If you're in California right now, that number is closer to 17. But there is a number that you have in your marketplace that is this out of this many houses sell. And Nazar, even if it was 20, that's still a good number because we know that that many conversations is going to equal a commission check. So based on that, we know that we have between 60 and 100 conversations equals getting paid. So if you figure out how much money you make, divided by 100, that's how much each conversation is worth. That might be a motivating factor to do activity. Now, we also know that if you're on the phone or if you're door knocking, you're going to get 8 contacts per hour. In the daytime, you're probably getting 6. In the evening, you're getting close to 10. So now I've done the math. Here's the facts. 8 to 13 hours of prospecting equals a commission check. I will guarantee you, as long as you know your scripts and dialogue, you have a big happy smile on your face, communicating well, 8 to 13 hours of prospecting, and the open houses gives you a great reason to prospect. So, Nazar, is it more comfortable calling a neighborhood just saying, hey, I'm just calling to see if you had an interest, or is it more comfortable calling a neighborhood because you have an open house happening, wondering if somebody would be interested that that might be interested in this house, and then getting into a conversation, right? It's easier with the purpose, right? So the open
you
house
change
gives you the reason to prospect.
if you change the dialogue to maybe instead of inviting them to an open house, like I don't know. I don't know if anyone's done like, hey, I'm throwing a party.
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
come
Uh,
by.
so So a lot of us have heard of mega open houses, right? So if you're going to do a mega open house and you're going to do that 1 hour before for the people in the neighborhood, that's a great way to go without a question. Yeah. But still, the open house gives us the reason to do the prospecting. Anybody on the call, I'm just going to pick Vanessa, if you don't mind, Vanessa Williams. And I'm assuming you're not the actor Vanessa Williams, right?
No, the realtor.
You're the realtor. Okay. So Vanessa, what is your average commission?
Um, it's at the moment probably about like 8,000.
About 8,000. Okay. And some people have more, some people have less. But if I took, where do you live?
I'm in Massachusetts, Greater Boston.
Massachusetts. About 1 out of 10 people in your area move every single year, right?
Yeah.
That's so you're going to be about 60 contacts. So if I took 8,000 divided by 60, each contact's worth you $133 every time you have a conversation. Now, if I was sitting next to you, Vanessa, and I had a big bag of money and it was all clipped in $133, right? And I would hand that to you every time somebody answered the phone or opened their door, would you walk around with me collecting $133 each time you had a conversation?
Sure would.
And you guys, everybody on the call would do that, but yet we're hesitant to do the activities that equal that, right? So if you guys just figure out the value in prospecting, it motivates us to go forward, okay? So the prospecting is going to be around doors. It's going to be around making phone calls, and it's going to be mailing. Mailing is kind of marketing as well, but I'm going to do doors and phones every time that I do an open house. I'm going to call, door knock before, I might call, door knock afterwards, and then I'm going to get into marketing. So any questions around prospecting? Okay. I am going to get into marketing at this point, and then we're going to open it up for questions, and we can handle anything else that you guys want to get into. So I'm just kind of running through this quickly with you guys. Marketing. Open house is a great reason to do marketing too. Okay. So 4 things that I would do in marketing around the open house. I would do a mailer, old-fashioned mailer, right? Get that out there. I would run YouTube skippable ads targeted at the neighborhood with a video of myself and the house and talking about the open house. I'm going to target the neighborhood because I'm going to show everybody else how I'm different from everyone else, and they're going to see it. Now, when you think about YouTube skippable ads, and raise your hand if you guys do YouTube skippable ads right now. Anybody do YouTube skippable ads? Okay, so in the entire group here, nobody has raised their hand. That's an opportunity. In your marketplace, let me ask you guys, when was the last time that you guys watched an ad on a video? It's probably today, right? Yeah. It doesn't have to be on YouTube to be a YouTube skippable ad because we do what are called display partners. It can be on Fox News, it can be on CNN, it can be on anything, right? It's showing up in banners and stuff all over the place. But when you watch an ad, right, the first 5 seconds is skippable. You hit the skip button, right? Now think about this for a second. That impression that you get is free. That first 5 seconds you don't pay for when you run a YouTube skippable ad. It's absolutely free. Now, if you skip it, the person that's running that ad might pay a half a cent. They're going to pay very, very cheap. But that person is also saying, I'm interested in watching this ad. Now, if it's a house in your neighborhood, do you think that you would watch it? Most likely would, right? That's giving you huge impressions for very cheap. YouTube skippable ad is the most underused, most highly effective advertising, and very cost effective. The second thing that I would do is Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, and I would do geographic ads. Now, geographic ads with Meta, we can't go as isolated, so you're going to have a little spillover. Not a problem. Doesn't hurt to have the spillover. And then I'm going to do this is because everything that we ever do, guys, that has anything good that we post. So you guys think about this for a second. When you post in Facebook, we do a video, we post in Facebook, we think we're doing our job by posting that video. That video is going to have some reaction on the first day. If it has a lot of reaction, it's going to push across people's feeds. But most videos sit on there. They run for about an hour or so. People see it. After that, the only way you see the video, if you go to the person's site, and I want to say, what's going on with Nazar? And I jump into your Facebook, but how often do we do that, guys? You have to put money behind ads in Meta. $5. It makes such a huge thing. So I would do a Meta custom audience. What a custom audience is where I take my database, right? Everybody that's in my database, past clients, sphere of influence, all my leads. I'm going to download that and I'm going to upload that into Meta. And I'm going to simply run an ad and I'm going to make the target of the ad my custom audience. Do I want my past clients, sphere of influence, and all my leads to see everything I do? Absolutely. I'm going to advertise the open house to the people that are in my database. Make sense? So those are the 4 things that I'm going to do marketing alongside of that open house. And of course, if I sell that house, I'm going to do the same thing with the pending really quick after that open house. Any questions so far? Any question? Okay, let me ask you guys, how many of you guys, yeah, please, yes.
Yes. How do you add your contacts to Facebook for the ad? Is there a place where you
Yes.
add them? Okay.
Yep.
Where is that?
I happen to own a marketing company, and I have Annie here on the call with me. I asked her to join, and she's actually going to show you guys how to run a YouTube skippable ad, and she's going to
Okay,
show you guys how to run a Meta custom audience. So we're going to
perfect.
do that right now. But what we're doing is
Mm.
where you have a database, guys, and let me ask you guys, really important here, guys. If I asked you how many people do you know that like you? Um, so Kathleen, Kathleen Ray, how you doing? Uh, Kathleen, how many people do you know that like you?
Two.
Two. Okay.
Just kidding.
When I ask this question, Kathleen, often I will get even numbers like 100, 200, and somebody will say, well, a lot of people. See, the answer when somebody tells me 412 or 337, they have all their people in their database. The majority of real estate agents do not have everybody they know in their database. And you guys cannot effectively do marketing if you don't do the very first step you're supposed to do and get your database built. So we need to build the database to make this work. But if you have everybody in your database, you simply download your database. We're going to upload the database into Meta, and we're going to create a custom audience. Then you're going to take your video or your landing page or whatever we're running. In this case, it's the open house. And we are going to target an ad and put $5 a day behind it, going after that database. So every person in the database will constantly see. Usually in a week, they'll see it like 5, 6 times. They're going to see your ad come across, and they don't know it's an ad. So, would you guys like to see how to run a YouTube skippable ad? Would you like to see how to do a meta custom audience? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Annie, how are you, Annie?
Hello,
Thanks for showing up.
everyone.
Okay. Could you, does Annie have ability, Nazar, to share her screen? Okay, Annie,
Yes, I
go
do
ahead and
have.
share your screen. And if you could walk everybody through both of those things, how to run, are you going to start on YouTube first? Or actually, I'm going to let you
Uh,
take it. You start on what you want.
okay. So, you mentioned earlier that you were looking for on how, you want to know how to set up audiences for the meta ads that you wanted to target. So all you have to do is actually just go in the business or the a business suite of Facebook, and guys can actually see it right here. And you do have here a lot of categories in here, but just go to audiences, and then you do have a CSV file with you with all of the information, like a first name. The major columns should be first name, last name, email, and then the phone numbers. The Facebook needs the phone numbers and the emails to actually hash them throughout their database to look for Facebook accounts that actually related to those phone numbers and emails. So right here, since you do have a CSV file already of the list, all you have to do is to create an audience right here. Your source can be a customer list if you were going to be uploading that. And then right here, you have here some of the instructions as well. But you all you have to do is to just upload right here the CSV file of your list, and then after that, just click the upload, name this first, and then click the upload, and Facebook will automatically hash everything and look for those Facebook accounts that are actually related to the phone numbers and emails that are in the list.
Any,
Now, what are
can
you?
you slow down? You're
Oh,
like
so
speaking
sorry.
super fast
Oh,
and you're
so
sharing really
sorry.
good content, but like some of
Oh,
us that
so
are
sorry.
older like me and or have
Okay,
never done
okay.
this before are like you're like "Nah." So
Oh, okay, okay.
try that
I'm so
again.
sorry. Yeah, I'm actually there's actually a lot of things that needs to be discussed right here, but okay, I'll just slow down. But anyway, okay, so
And
you have
by the way, Annie, hold on a second. Nazar, if we ever want to have one of these master classes, just on, in fact, next time I do one, it's going to be on marketing, and I'll try to extend it, and we can go over a lot of these type of things. So, but yeah, go ahead. Just
okay,
click through the screens really slow. So
okay.
you create your
Okay,
audience,
so
right?
you create your audience, click custom audience,
Hmm.
and then right here you have a lot of choices of the sources of your custom audience. But in this case, since we already have like a database, like a CSV file or like a sheet converted to CSV file, all we have to do is to click this customer list and then click next. And then you have here instructions on the identifiers that needs to be in there. But the major or the main things that Facebook needs are actually emails and phone numbers. That is why it's very important that your CSV file contains these data in order for it to hash or look for the accounts that are related to either the phone number or the email. Because when we create Facebook accounts, we usually create those by using our emails or our phone numbers. That is why Facebook looks for those by hashing. Now,
And
once
guys,
we
it will match about 85% of all your customers. It's really good.
I
So,
have a question.
mhm.
yes,
Does it have to have both email and phone number, or could it be one or the other?
It's
yeah,
better if it has both,
yeah.
but it can be one or the other.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, moving forward, now that you have those um in the CSV file, all you have to do is to upload that CSV file right here and then click next. Hold on. I think I'll just try to upload a sample. Hold on.
But we do also want to get through how to place this ad and also the YouTube too.
Yeah, okay,
So,
but anyway,
mhm.
once you have uploaded the CSV file right here, all you have to do is to name that audience, like for example, agents list, and then upload, and then automatically it will just hash and prepare the list, and it will look like this. Once it's uploaded and once it's ready, it will look like this. So you can segment or organize these lists depending on you. So it's your call. But anyway, now how can we utilize these audiences in making our ads for Meta? All you have to do is to go right here, campaigns, just right above the ads reporting above the audience. Now, once we're here, we're going to be right here in the dashboard, and we can now create by clicking this create button, we can create a new campaign. Now, it depends on your goal for the campaign. You need to choose between these for the campaign objective. Awareness is good for reach, brand awareness, video views. Traffic is good for link clicks, landing page views, Instagram profile visits, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp calls, etc. And for engagement, Messenger and Instagram, WhatsApp, video views, post engagements, conversions, calls, leads, good for website and instant forms, Messenger and Instagram, WhatsApp conversion calls, etc. And for app promotions, app installs, and app events, and sales conversions, and catalog sales, Messenger, WhatsApp, and
And
Instagram calls.
related to, if you guys are going to do prospecting and related to the open house, you guys are going to want to do awareness because you're going to run your awareness for about 10 days. You're going to run this campaign before the open house. So when you actually are making your phone calls, everybody has seen you. So I would run awareness at this point. All
Okay,
right. So
let's
if you
try to do
okay,
awareness.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It's for this sample. So you will then be redirected to these sets. You will have to name the campaign for easy navigation. And at the same time, you do have here a set of questions like you need to categorize if this is financial products, services, employment. So these are actually just for compliance because Facebook might flag you for advertising something that is false or something like that. So it's very important to choose from them as well. Now, if you want to do A/B testing, you can do that as well. And you can turn this Advantage Plus campaign budget because this is like an AI version of the Meta ads. But you have also the control to turn it off. But this is just for assistance if you are still starting to work on the ads. Anyway, we'll just
And
try to proceed.
we can do a whole thing on this stuff, guys. If you do the AI, Meta wants to charge you a lot more money, so they're going to put things in there and expand your account probably a little more than you want to. So
Yeah.
I want to
And
also add that
you need to set the
because you're
budget as well. Yeah, sorry.
sorry, real quick, Ann, you want to make sure that you are acknowledging that this is a housing thing, which is going to have some limitations, but it's also going to protect you.
Yeah.
So
100%.
you want to make sure that you have that like checked.
Yes. And the next thing would be setting up your budget and then the schedule. Now here in the audience control, in the budget, you can adjust this whenever you want, and at the same time, the scheduling for the release of your ads. But anyway, I think I'll just focus on the utilizing our audience that we have set earlier. So right here in the audience control, you can actually set solutions like the locations if you want to really just focus on certain parts of the world. But anyway, aside from that, we can hold on. In this part, in this part, you can see here a use a saved audience. Since earlier we have saved an audience. Hold on. Oh wait, it's not showing. Oh, we haven't created the audience earlier.
Yeah, you actually don't have time to go through all, but
Yeah,
you create
but
your
you
audience here, you click
yes,
next and next, and it runs your ad
next and
basically. Could you give them an overview real quick on how to run a YouTube? And you guys, we can do another training class where we really deep dive in this stuff. We can also, you guys can also Google this, and there's plenty of YouTube videos that show you how to step through this stuff. So let's
yes.
show how easy a YouTube ad is to set up. It's so simple.
Okay, once you are already in the Google Ads account, all you have to do is to click this new campaign.
Mm.
Hold on, I'll just hide these. And right now you will also choose the objective. But in this case, since we're going to be using like YouTube reach or whatever
Mhm.
for the YouTube,
Yep.
let's click this. And then right here, select the video, the campaign type, that's video.
Now, this is the video that I suggested you guys to do in front of the house, right?
Okay, so now you have here the skippable and stream ads, the in-feed ads, and short ads. Depends on you if you want to check or uncheck these things. But since we're going to be focusing on the skippable, let's check that and the
Actually,
other
do all
stuff.
three. You guys can
Yeah,
do all three. It would not hurt you. It's good.
yes. And then again, budget and locations, all of the inclusions that you need to do, you can set it up right here. And once you're ready, by the way, if you're going to be creating like an ad, it's very important for you to upload that ad in Shorts, for example, or in your YouTube channel, and then copy the link and paste it right here. And the Google Ads will utilize that video in showcasing that in all of the platforms for the ads. And I think that's probably it. You guys can
It's
just explore these.
all right. Go ahead and unshare your screen, Annie.
Okay, then.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah,
Did you
Kevin.
say this is all this created, did you say in Facebook?
The first part was in Meta, which is actually Facebook and Instagram together. The second
Okay.
one that we showed you was the overview of Google. Google owns YouTube. So if you know how to do Google PPC, it's the same thing for doing the YouTube, except for you're running a video on their YouTube partners, right? So we wanted to give you guys just a quick overview of this, not actually digging down so deep that this is exactly how you place it, but we can do that for you. But here's the thing. If we go back to the starting, there's three things that we're looking at. We're looking at marketing, prospecting, engagement for appointments, right? If you do the open house, my suggestion is we should use scripting to actually set appointments because that's our goal is to set appointments, right? Prospecting, we know that you're going to run probably every 8 to 13 hours of prospecting. So if you dedicate 13 hours of prospecting, you will get paid a commission check. That's just simple math. Use the open house for the purpose of prospecting. And then for your awareness, which by the way, your seller is going to really love it when they see their video, you're going to mail, do a YouTube skip a go, meta geographic. We showed you the meta custom audience. The geographic is where you're just going to choose the area and you're going to run those 4 campaigns at the same time. If you guys do that, you guys will have the most amazing open houses and you're going to have sales because of the open house. Once again, the people that know how to do open houses, they probably don't do all this, but the general person that does open houses, every 3 open houses is a commission check. So figure out, Vanessa, yours is 8,000. So divided by 3, that's what every open house is worth to you, without a question. If you do these things, you'll probably double your sales. Without a question. Open
Here-
houses are fantastic. Yep.
David, here's
Yes,
the
sir.
thing.
Mhm.
Most agents will decide that they're going to do an open house on Thursday. On Saturday morning, they'll wake up. They will
Mhm.
go put 4 or 5 signs out.
Yep.
They'll do the open house from 1 to 4. They'll have 1 or 2 groups show up, and they'll say, "Well, that was a waste."
That's correct.
That's the extent of their open house.
Yep.
And if you're gonna do it just to check a box, then that's fine. But the reward will be directly impacted on the effort that you put into it.
hmm Yeah, you guys, there's so many ways that we can get business. Getting business is actually really easy when you think about it and you create a plan and you execute it, right? You guys will always hear me say this is how simple business is. Contacts equal contracts. If you double the amount of people you talk to, you're going to double the business, right? And you guys have to have systems. So if you're going to do open houses, if that's going to be one of your lead pillars, right? You need to develop a system to do the open house at the most maximum, right? Efficiency, right? So something like this would be my plan for an open house rather than what Nazar just mentioned. Hey, I'm just going to do an open house. Good stuff. Our next master class, interesting enough, is going to do on marketing. And I'm probably going to, if it's all right, Nazar, I'm going to probably go 45 minutes on that one. And we're just going to dig into a lot of different marketing techniques.
I would say let's pick 1 or 2 and go deep instead of like shallow. Because I think
Okay.
at least all of us, I'll speak for myself. I
Mhm.
like much prefer someone that says like step 1, step 2. Because like even using words like CVS files, most people might know what that is. Like some people might not
Ah,
know what a CVS file is
okay.
or how to build a CVS file. And so like I think that just taking it slow by, step by step so that you can go back and like rewatch and be like, okay, this is the step that I skipped. And because there's a lot of nuances in what she was doing. She's going super fast, but like, if she knows what she's doing, then it's easy. And once you learn it a couple times, then it's easy. But to set it at the first time, it could take a little bit of, time to do it. I think, you know, the ads component of it requires some funds, and some of us don't have funds to do it, right? Some of us don't have the money to do it, and so it's okay. You can still have an amazing, successful open house by doing everything except for the Meta and the Google ads. However, if you just like treat it like I guess I invite every single one of you to be intentional with whatever lead pillar that you're going to work. And if it's going to be an open house and you feel like that's something you can be successful at, because most agents are way better face to face because we get to use all 100% of our communication skills versus something on the phone or whatever it might be. So if you can do an open house, like do it. Be all in. Be like the best open house person you can possibly make it. And if you do that, then you're gonna be a lot more successful and you're gonna say, oh yeah, this actually works. Because all of us
Mhm.
know people that crush at open houses, and then a lot of us are like, well, I suck at it. You don't suck at it, you're just not intentional with it. So hopefully
Mhm.
this might be an invitation to you today to be able to say, okay, what can I do? And maybe you can't go from 0 to 100 in one open house, but maybe you say, what can I do today to up my game 10% or 20%? How can I incorporate this one additional thing to the open house that's going to make me a little bit more successful? And just like Dave was saying, like put that into an actual system so that every open house that you do, you're not going to do it unless you follow all those steps you've deemed is going to get you the results that you're looking for. And I love what he said. Like I've never thought of, because when I think of an open house, I used to tell all my agents, open house, the whole objective is to get a listing because that's what I focused on. I didn't want to work with a buyer. I wanted to work with another listing. And so I was very intentional about knocking on the doors, inviting all the homeowners that live nearby to the open house because I wanted to show them how amazing my home was. And in fact, one thing that you could say, which would be kind of a little bit of a tease, but you can say, hey, my seller says that he has the nicest looking kitchen of anybody on this block. And I'd love for you to come and like tell me if you agree or not. Because everyone and their mom thinks that they have the nicest home. And so be like, well, I want to see what he's done, especially if he's like updated something or she's updated something. And so just getting a little tease like that, something that would get them to actually come to your open house would be a wonderful way to be able to build that relationship with people. Because people will come, sellers will come, they will interview you without telling you they're interviewing you. They'll come to your open house and be like, hey, like I'm just curious. I'm just seeing what's out there. But they're seeing how you interact with them and how most certainly you interact with other potential buyers that are out there. So Dave, I appreciate you showing us some of these things today.
Yeah.
And I hope that some of you guys can leave today, not just say, oh yeah, that was cool, and then do nothing about it, but say, if open houses, well, can I get a raise of hand of who does open houses? Who in this group does open houses? Okay, a lot of you guys do. Are you getting the results that you want from it? Some of you guys are, and that's awesome. I love that. If you're not, or if you want to do more, then what did we learn today that you can incorporate into your open house that you're not doing so far that might get you a little bit more exposure, more opportunity, most certainly more leads, or not leads, more appointments, as Dave was saying, and then leading to sale.
Nazar, are you okay with I think we're okay with Annie answering some basic questions. Have her put her Engagify email in the chat.
Go
Annie,
for
if
it.
you could are you okay with that, Annie, answering some questions? I don't want to inundate all your time, but go ahead and put in
Yes.
as far as the scripts, I will send you guys the video of this and the transcript, which will have a copy. I'll send it to Nazar and he can get it out to. Oh, actually, it's your recording, Nazar. Nazar will send out the video and the recording. This one's not mine. Annie put her chat in the chat, and if you have some basic questions, she can give you some directions on the maybe some of the tech stuff. And next masterclass, we're going to get into. I'll talk to Nazar and we'll like he said, I think that's a good idea. We'll get into one or two things and do a deeper dive slowly into something for you guys. Okay. Appreciate it. You guys may stay on with Nazar. I got to jump. Annie's got to jump. So nice seeing you guys. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.